Hi guys, I hope everyone's having a great day. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for joining my channel, and today I am making some bits and pieces for some Christmas journals that I have to complete for custom orders, and one will be going into my shop. And because I made so many recently, I ended up having a lot of scrap pieces of scrapbooking paper because I use those for my signature covers. And I end up always with a lot of pieces, not this one, this is not Christmas, but just to show you, a lot of pieces like this, and sometimes wider as well, a little bit wider. So I wanted to show you the different types of things I'm doing with these pieces of paper, because like this one is okay, you can use it that way, but this one has the design going horizontally, so you're kind of limited unless you'd make Franken sort of paper, which is another thing I also do. You kind of limited in what you can do with this sort of thing. So for the narrow pieces that I have had, because I've cut them all up, I actually did do another video, and I've decided not to post it because it was about 40 minutes of me waffling and cutting up bits of pieces of paper. I really didn't get very far in the video, and I thought the poor people, you poor people watching this video, seriously, nothing was really happening for about 40 minutes, just because I was sorting through all my bits and pieces, saying tags, pockets, and then long strips to do things with. So basically what I did was, with these thinner ones, like narrow ones, I cut them up into bits and pieces to use as pockets. And so yeah, I probably won't show, well, I'm actually been working on a couple of pockets, but anyway, so that's what I did with these ones. So like I would cut it there, and that could be a really super pretty pocket, and just put a little semicircle there, and you've got a lovely instant pocket with that sort of thing. And then I could cut that up and then decorate those, or you could cut it in such a way that you'd have a lovely big tag sort of thing. So that's what I did with those. And then with these pieces, I'll show you with this one, even though it's not Christmas. I have the biggest mess here. I can hardly even move. It might help if I move my sewing machine out of the way. Okay, so basically what I do is I decide, what do I want to do with this? I really liked Shabby Dabby Doodah's foldy outy things that she tied, and inside there was paper and that. And I did one in Kim's, the big travel journal that I did, that you guys all saw the video. And I really love that idea, and I have a lot of of these, excuse the shoulder, of these scrappy bits of paper to use as well. So it's a really great way to use those up. So I'll show you how I'm doing one of those. Otherwise, I'm talking really fast because in a minute I have to take Lulu to volleyball. So we'll have to do part 1 and part 2 possibly. So what if I want to do one of those, what I would do is fold it. In my case, I'm doing them vertically because I feel like my books are not wide enough. So I'd fold it like that, crease it, and then inside, I'll show you, I would do put some papers in and things. With this type of paper that's white on this side, I would actually use this to make tags or a pocket. I wouldn't use this to do this idea because it's not decorated on the inside, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of how I fold them. So and then if I want to make like it's a folding out sort of pocket tuck spot, I would fold it into 3. So I would do it like that, and then like that sort of thing, and I just do it by eye, really just do it by eye. So anyway, I'll show you what I've been working on. I've done a few, I completed a few, and then we can do a couple together. So this is one that I've decorated. It was a Christmas piece of paper. It was the pinks and greys and blues kit that I had, and I think it was scrapberry paper. So what I've done with this one is I've decorated the front, and I've just folded it. See, I've done the 3 folds, and I've trimmed that there so you can see it's a pocket, it's a tuck spot. So that'll get glued onto the page, or on these 2 sides, or on those 2 sides, and then you'll have a tuck spot there. So that's the first type. I did a few of those. Oh, then this one, I didn't decorate it because I like it so much. And then it opens out, and I've used one of my sister's doilies from her printable kit, and I'll put the link below in that. I'm using a few of her printables and her laces, and I'm using my printables as well. So it's really, I couldn't wait to use Sarah's. So I pulled out some of the ones that I felt like were okay for Christmas. And then I've just folded it into 3, you see, like that. And I've rounded those corners. And then I've stitched in, I've used Sarah's trim printable and my marbled paper printable underneath, and just random pieces of paper that I have torn. And I'll show you how I measured those. They're all different sizes, and you can write. And so you can you could glue this around 3 sides and have a top loading pocket. You can just pin it in your journal, or you could glue it on 2 sides and then have a pocket that you can tuck things behind it as well. Really love those. And the other thing you could do is you could put some trim behind it, and then you could tie a bow. I probably wouldn't put trim because it'd be too bulky, but you could use, I just got this the other day, some lovely baker's twine would be nice on it, and just tie it closed. So that's what I'm going to be doing in some of them. And then this is another one I did, and I just love this paper, so I didn't want to do too much to cover it up. I used a little piece of this doily that I had left over from my Christmas printable, and then I made a little pocket with Sarah's lace trim, and then I used her trim across the top there. It's just a scan trim, and then I put in a whole lot of pages, and here you could put a photograph, or you could put some grid paper and then do some writing. So I really like that. And this one, I think I'm going to have some of this tied around it, and it will be a pocket. And then the next one I did, oh, this one's going to be vertical, and I just used some paper, some lace here, and then one of my printable doilies from my Christmas kit, and I'll have that linked below. Then it flips out. So here you could also put a, no, I probably wouldn't. You could do a side loading pocket there, or you could put some paper there and do some writing, put a photograph, same up here. And then that's Sarah's printable lace there, which I really love. It's a great way to use it without adding a little bit the effect of lace without adding bulk. This is also Sarah's printables from one of her kits, and it's this one here that I printed out on the A4, and then I've just used a couple of pieces of it, and I just wanted to add a little bit of difference into this one that's like that. And then I'm going to have this, it will tie up. I really like that idea. Then the next one is just simple. I've used one of Sarah's laces behind, Stamperia, and then it's just another pocket one. And then I decorated it with some lace there just to make it so it sort of connects. And then one more. Oh, I like this one. This one's different. So this is the Stamperia paper. I put this cute image here. I didn't even check if I'm on screen. Yes, I am. And then what I did was I folded it up and I've stitched a pocket. So this is simple, this one. It's got a pocket there and like that, and it's going to have it's going to tie up. And so that's all I've done so far. And then I did a couple of pockets. Where's the other one I did? That I decorated. Oh, I've lost it. Where's it gone? Let's see. I put a whole lot of things in here. Oh, here it is. I've only done 2 pockets so far. So I had a narrower strip of this paper, and so what I did was I cut it, and I'm just creating pockets. So that's Sarah's lovely trim there, her trim there, and just an image and a piece of scrap paper. And these are going to be tuck spots, not top loading pockets, but I'll round that corner. I'll do it now. I hadn't done it because it's still wet, but I'll round that corner. So that's going to be a left loading pocket, and then this will be a right loading pocket because I'll do it that way. So it'll go on that page and this will go on that page. So they're 2 pockets that I've done so far. So I just put those in my container. And so I have some more prepared here to work on. So what was I doing with this one? Which way is the up? That way. So this one, oh, I was going to stitch that down as a pocket. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Can you see? Not very well, but anyway, I've got such a mess I can't bring my sewing machine closer. So you can see my thought process here, because this one has only just, I've sort of know what I'm doing with it, but I don't know how I'm decorating it or anything like that. Okay, so what I did was I folded in that little piece, I folded in that, but that's just going to stay like that because in this one I want to attach the paper. Now, to measure the paper, I didn't use a ruler. All I did was put my paper, put my folded bit here. I've got my fold line here and here. Can you see? Yes. I would put my paper here, and then I would get my ruler and then just tear it. There's no measuring. And then I'd maybe turn it around that way to get the height. And once I got my base piece, like this would be my base piece, I just lay it on top, tear and tear. So that's how you do it. There's no measuring, and they can be all different sizes because it's just a scrappy little notebook sort of thing. So then what I'll do is I'll get my pages like this and make sure they're all, you've got them all, the edges on one top edge, and then I'll just, if I can find one, clip it. I've got a clip here, and then I decide what I would like to put across the top. Now I am really liking Sarah's, she's got some narrower laces in her lace kit, and I really like that. And I do like, where possible, putting, now that's too narrow, but I like putting something behind it, and all my scraps have gone. Oh, I've got this green. Well, that doesn't, yes it does. I'll put this green here like so, and then I'll do this, I'll just tear it a little bit smaller and then put that on top. And then what I'll do is I just hold it there more or less in the middle, pick it up, bring it over to the sewing machine and stitch across, and then come back the other way. And I didn't pull my thread long enough at the top, so it's unthreaded. Just what you need. So I'll have to rethread it. I'll just put my clip there because I had it all positioned well. Okay, so let's start again. To rethread. In you go. And I'll just trim that because it's probably gone a bit wonky. Okay, bring that down here. Okay, oh, that was quick threading. Ha, I like that. There we go. Okay, don't want it to move, so I'm just holding it very carefully. And okay, there we go. Let's start again. And I'm just going to turn around and come back the other way. Okay. Very fast. The longest bit really is just deciding if you want to embellish or something like that. That's the bit that takes the longest time. So that would be like that, and then this like so, and I'll just trim that off. And what I like to do, oh actually no, I was going to have that over the top like that because it's going to tie. And I don't know if I want to decorate that. Let me see if I've got any images that I particularly like. Don't think so. It's so pretty as it is, and it's a great space where you can do something or write something. I also had these prepared and I couldn't find them anywhere. So in my other videos, so I just wasn't doing a good job. It just wasn't worth posting. I think I deleted it. So that one's done. That one's going to be done, and it's going to have this tying around it. So that's another one. Put it in the box over there. Now this one's going to be a vertical one, and again this one I don't think I'm going to put too much decoration on it, if any at all, because I don't think it really needs it. It's got all the glitter and everything, and it's going to have the lovely trim. So I'm just going to, I could do something in there. I'm just going to make sure all my pages, oh I didn't sort these pages, so I've got blank pages, straw paper, and just some lined paper, and that one I need to separate. Okay, so what I do is I'll start with that one, just put them together in a random sort of order. I've got the most of these, so I need to put maybe that one, I'll put that one on the bottom actually. There, and then that one. Put another one of these. This one. This one. This one. And that one. And then what I'll do is I'll just make sure they're all lined up. Then which was my top here. So all lined up. That folds and that folds without any problem. And then I have to decide I like to stitch something across the top. So do I want to stitch some lace? No. I could just stitch a piece of paper, something like that. I quite like that. I think I'll just stitch that across. And of course, if you had your machine threaded up with a contrasting sort of thread, that would be really nice as well. I don't, so I'm not going to bother. And I might zigzag this one just to do something different. Okay. And you might be able to hear a buzzing. It's my husband calling, but I'm ignoring him. Poor thing. So that's going to be tied with that. And another thing that you could do that could be cool would be to stitch a little piece of lace. Oh, he's very insistent. I'll ring him back when I'm done. This is not going to be a very long video. You could stitch this here. Let's see what that looks like. No, don't think it needs it. I really don't think it needs anything else. So I think I'll leave it like that. The other thing is you could put a little tuck spot here, or you could put some of this sort of paper here, and so that you could write, or brown paper bag, or you could even put something. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. I think I might cut some of that. And I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to grab my ruler and tear it. So let's just see. I really am out of space, guys. This is really a nightmare working like this. Okay. So, oops, sorry. Right. And then how is my height? So another thing I could do to measure it is I just fold it. That's a better idea. Yeah, you can just fold it, and then you get your crease line, and that's where you tear. See how useful these things are, creating a sense of texture without bulking up. So let's see, that's perfect. Maybe I'd like it a little bit smaller, just so I can see a little bit of the background. I can guarantee you Steffi will now call Lulu because I haven't answered, because half the time my phone doesn't work. Everybody's frustrated with me because I never answer, because half the time it doesn't work. Okay, so that's that. Now I don't like that little white bit there. I'll just trim that off. Okay, and then I'll just grab my double-sided tape. I don't need any glue. Your dad might call, Lulu. So I'll just do that. So if we get a few of these things done, then I can take Lulu to volleyball. And then I might come back and do another one. I might not. Okay. So this is nice because you can then write on this, because it's a light coloured background. It's patterned but light. It's good having a tile flooring, because you can just throw everything on the floor and then sweep it up. Oh, look, I've left that a bit lopsided, doesn't matter. So that's super pretty. So does that mean if I put that there, do I need something up there? Is that what that means? Let's have a look. No, I think it's too much. I like it like that. Okay, good. And then I had some more prepared here. Oh, this one was just going to be, this was going to be 2 tuck spots. So I'll stitch around those. Oops, I've got my zigzag going. Oh, well. We'll zigzag it then. Forgot about that. Okay. Right. Whizzing along here. Okay. So I'll just trim off the extra bits. And another option, I haven't got the pages prepared, but another thing you could do, you've got 2 tuck spots here. You could stitch in some pages here. I think I might do that on that one. Now, the front needs a little bit of decoration. Oh, I forgot about my coffee. Just a second. I really love these Stamperia images. I might find one of those. Oh, maybe a little bit. Let's try it. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Let's see. Anything go with it? Quite like that. It's a possibility. I need to trim it down a bit. No. No. I think I like the first one. I do like that one as well. So let's stick down the lace. See how useful these things are? Who'd have thought? Now that piece there does not get thrown out because that, I'll show you what you can do with that. Okay, so I'll glue that down quickly. Lulu, yeah? You keep me posted with the time. Let me know when I've got, when like it's 2:10. Okay. So that way I can wind it. I've got 10 minutes to wind it up. 5 minutes really, because I've got to go and put my, take my Uggs off and put my proper shoes on. Okay, I've got gluey fingers, just a second. Am I on screen? Yes. Doing a good job at being on screen today. Right, so I just need to trim this bit off because you can see the border that was between the images, and I don't want that. And I think that's okay. I am going to put this one on here because I really like that. And I'm just going to use double-sided tape. Just the best paper collection ever. Thank you, Stamperia. Wish you were a little bit better with your deliveries and my little shop around the corner received them faster. I mean, they have the most beautiful washi tapes and they can hardly get them. Hardly get them. So I imagine that they're sending everything overseas and not, even though it's an Italian company, I think they're probably sending it all overseas. Probably a bigger market for it. Although when I go to the craft shows, you can get quite a nice selection. But no, I haven't seen the washi tapes at the craft shows. So when my little shop gets some new of their washi tapes in, not very often, maybe once a year, if I really like something, I'll buy 2 of them. Okay. So let's take this in, or stick it down, and I think that is done. I like that. That's super pretty. And you've got a double, and I'm thinking I will add some pages into there. I like that idea. Although I don't want to bulk it up. I mean, the point of these for me is I'm wanting to make some pretty pocket tuck spot solutions that are interesting that you can sort of open out. So I may not. I don't know. I'll think about that one, because I've got lots with pages added in. Now this is also another one. Oh, this one I was just going to, because the paper is so pretty, I didn't want to cover up the little birdies or anything. So this one is just going to be a folding out tuck spot. And what I will do here, I'm thinking, where's that little piece that I cut that I said I wasn't going to throw it? I'm going to tear tear it on all around because we like the torn look. Don't know why, but we do. And I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm just going to stitch it here. So I've got the lacy effect again without the bulk, and I'm just going to use my zigzag and stitch it on. I'm going to knock my coffee over in a second, that'll be a disaster. Okay, so that's stitched on. I mean, it would look super with different coloured thread, but I don't have time to mess about with the thread at the moment. And then I'm wondering, do I want to put any images on the front? Not really. And I have some smaller images here that I already stitched around. Let's have a look at these. I don't think so. That one's quite nice. That's super nice. That's it. And do we need to collage it, or is it just pretty like that? It could be just be pretty like that. We could for once have something that's simple rather than complicating it. Yes. I'm just going to stick that down, and I'm using double-sided tape because there's no need for anything else. I'm totally off screen. So rather than messing about with these things while I'm trying to put in pockets and tuck spots and things in the journal before I sew in my signatures, I try and prepare a few things before. And what I had mentioned in my first video that I deleted was I find that when I'm going through all the pages and trying to decide where to put a pocket, where to put a flip out, or something like that, I kind of find it quite stressful because I guess there's so many pages, and I'm because I'm thinking carefully not to put things too close together and that sort of thing, and trying to make sure there's something of interest on a page, on 2 pages where there's not very much, and most of the time I do it, I just wing it, and I don't have anything prepared. So, and I don't really, I haven't really decided, I like that, I haven't really decided how many pockets is going to go in each signature, but in actual fact, I think I need to start thinking about that because I think it's better to decide in this signature there's going to be 3 tuck spots and 2 pockets and 2 belly bands or something like that, and pull them out, and then that way I know how many is going in each one. Otherwise, one can be pocket heavy, one signature can have more pockets and the other signature less. And the other thing is when you put it, then going in and clipping in tags and stuff, I think I need to pre-decide those as well, so it's sort of, I do a better job at it. Anyway, okay, so this is another one. This was going to be another horizontal one. Very simple. I'm just going to stitch in the pages across the top there. And what am I going? I like to put something, as I mentioned, across the top, and I might just stitch a bit of that across the top. I like that, but I'm going to tear it. So you don't throw out these little random pieces of paper because you need them. And I'm going to move that down a little bit and zigzag it. And there's no need to stitch from there to there, you just stitch across here. So again, here you could create a tuck spot if you wanted to, with a lace or something. You could put a printable. Oh, that's nice. I think I might glue that there. I like that. I'll glue it on the other side so the flower's not upside down. That's what I'll do. That's going to go there. So let's glue that. What a mountain of stuff. This is why it takes so long. I mean, I've put the journals together in the sense that They're decorated. The inside is decorated, except I have to put pockets and decide on pockets and stuff like that there. All the pages are in order, but now I have to go through and put all their pockets and tuck spots in and things. And before I do that, then I feel like I need to make some more stuff because I'm running out of the handmade stuff, and so then it takes me another day. You know, like if I didn't, I could have finished them today. But I feel like they need to have some handmade interest in them as well. Okay, so I'll just finish off this one and then we'll wind it up because I have to take Lulu to volleyball. And can I cut it? Yes. Right. So that's glued down. Let me have a look at this one. Oh, see there I made a bit of a mistake. I stitched the pages a bit too close, so just recrease it. Because these are all going to be tuck spots, so I mean you're not going to see if you've moved the crease over a bit. And that's like that, but I need to do something here. So I could, this is nice, I like that. I'm going to put that there, and I'm leaving it blank. I like it where there's blank, I like to leave it as much as possible because that way there's always room for more areas to write and personalize. So I've just taken a little torn strip of carta paglia, straw paper, and just stitched it across there for a little bit of interest. Okay, so that's another one done. And look how useful these doilies are and how pretty they are. And it creates an area where you can write, and maybe you could put a photo over here. So like that. Okay, guys, I had one more to do. I'll just show it to you. I've got two more. Oh, this one I already did. I've just got to stitch that bit down. That's going to be another pocket one. Oh, and I'll put something there. And then this is another vertical one. And I'm just going to stitch those pages there, and I might decorate it similar to the other one. So that's it. So that's it for this video. It ended up being quick rather than long-winded, and I may come back and do some more playing around with the doilies and decorating pockets, and I've got to make tags and all kinds of stuff. So thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.